Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. We're taking another look here at Chainlink, seeing what's going on. We're going to talk a little bit about this rising wedge pattern. Oftentimes those do break to the downside, so just be mindful of that. We'll have other future videos to make sure we double check that. But this coin does look like it wants to pull back at least to some of these lower fib levels. So I did send that out in my previous playout charts. We'll send out another one here today. But if you're new to the channel, thanks again for watching. I hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below. I have a trading academy, community, and signals group. There are limited slots available, of course, so just be mindful of that. And if you want to work with an exchange that's phenomenal, no KYC, no VPN required, US, Canada, and other countries, $5,500 deposit rewards and bonuses. If you use my link down below, Bitunix has got you covered. Phenomenal exchange. Thank you again so much for providing just some better options to our community members, because I know KYC and VPN hit a lot of our members pretty hard. So just heads up on that. Okay, so Chainlink, we're going to talk about the daily here really quick and kind of just note a few key factors. So when we look at the daily time frame here, we want to kind of understand the largest amount of volume we see here so far is right at about 11:15. Okay, not saying the price is going to pull back to that level at all. We saw a ton of accumulation there. We are starting to see the volume taper off a little bit. It's not much. If we take a look at the money flow index, it's coming down with the RSI. This is fairly normal on the daily chart. Keep in mind this is a 14-day lag. So again, it's going to average out the last 14 days to give you that info, or 14 candles, of course. So the last 14 candles have been pretty strong. All right. If we take a look at the moving averages, though, we can kind of see we're ascending positively here. We're still above both ascending trends, both short-term and long-term. So there's really nothing disadvantageous on the daily here for this coin. Yeah, again, kind of, I wouldn't say deceiving at all on the daily, but definitely not looking bearish at all. If you take a look at the 4-hour time frame, this is where things do kind of shift gears a little bit, because again, 4-hour time frame is it's a good indicator or a good time frame for swing traders. You obviously want to use it on the daily too to understand the big picture, but truth is this is kind of one of those momentum indicators or time frames that you can look at those indicators and get better perspective. We do see here, of course, just to kind of preface, that the 4-hour time frame does indicate we have a bearish divergence here on the MACD. Big surprise there. We have broken down below 70 on the RSI, which is actually good. Keeping it, believe it or not, above 50, under 70, that's right where you want to be. So by no means is this coin just going to drop super hard. I do think we have more correction due. We have a fair value gap here at this range. It hasn't been fully filled, right there between 15 and 1580. Okay, so we're just now getting in there. There is some, for the most part it has been swept, but there's still a little bit left. Just keep in mind we could come down to that lower 15 range. But just note, RSI is not in bad shape, but we want to look for a bounce off of 50 if it comes down that low. Staying above 50 is extremely important. So I'm not saying that the sky is falling here, but the truth is we've been overextended for some time, and this is kind of a natural, healthy correction. Keep in mind too, Bitcoin was on the struggle bus the last 24 hours a little bit, surprisingly, over the weekend. And some coins are seeing that knee-jerk reaction where the price is pulling back because Bitcoin is just hanging out at 37,000. So any little movement from Bitcoin, we're going to see that happen with some overextended coins right now. Take a look at the hourly. Last one we want to note here is the Ichimoku cloud, and just kind of confirm that we are still above the cloud. It's not a bad sign, but if you have a long position open, you should have taken profits roughly 4 or 5 hours ago. In other words, this is telling us that we're consecutively making lower lows and lower highs, and the truth is price action is not looking fantastic. Now you could summarize that since the price came down from the bottom, it could break upwards. That's a possibility. And with us staying above the cloud here, that is bullish. That's a good sign. But truth is, this is not a good entry for the situation right now, and I try not to buy into patterns specifically. I like to use and make sure that I have confirmation on other time frames. And so far, we're seeing that there is a shift in momentum. The 4-hour time frame is telling us we have the price action. We can expect the price to come down further. And of course, the hourly says to close your longs. So if you're still in a long right now, be cautious and careful. In fact, quickly to note, we have a lot of long liquidation right here at about 15.6 down as low as 15.5. So if the price hits that level, we'll see it shoot down even further with a long squeeze. Believe it or not, that is such a thing too. The price can shoot down pretty fast if we hit those levels all at once. Okay? There's a lot of liquidation above the price action too, don't get me wrong. That's absolutely a juicy target for a lot of longs, but for now, we're much closer to this level here. It'd make more sense to see one more sweep before the next leg up to fill that fair value gap down to 15. So I'd consider maybe an entry at $15. That might be a good consideration. I'm going to be looking a little bit more towards that price action myself if I want to get entered. As you can see, I have a limit order here at about 15.20. Sorry, that's not a limit order, that's an alert. in which I might consider setting a limit order at that price point if the price looks good at that time. Again, when you set alerts, don't just blindly jump in. Please be careful doing that. Again, dollar cost averaging, different story if you already have a position open, which we do all the time with our swing trades, but simply put, be careful with that. Again, quick congrats to our community members for some awesome profits here for Terra Classic, Luna 2, recently as well, which took some Algorand and OMG profits also, which is very, very nice. So again, congrats to our community members for just some healthy profits there. Thanks again for the wonderful feedback. I'm glad it's working well for you. There are limited slots available if you want to consider a premium membership. Links down below for that. But I'd much more rather you jump on over to this exchange because they have just so much better level 2 data. It's a phenomenal exchange. It works super smooth. And I've never had such a good experience with an exchange. So thanks again, Bitunix, for providing great opportunities for our community members. You guys that ask, we listen and make sure that we get you what we can. So again, there might be some future exchanges down the pipeline, but this is the best one so far that I can find. They have trailing stop losses and a lot of really cool features. Be sure to check them out. If you use my link below, you will benefit from these deposit rewards and, of course, future trading competitions. I look forward to working with you either way. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one.